What about others? Am I audible to others? Hi, Pooja. See, guys, normally what it happens, the class timings is at 7:30, but I'll give some grace period time for 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes I'm giving this time for the people who, sometimes may get late joining and all. So it's just a grace period time that I'll give for 10 minutes, guys. Okay. So I'll also join maximum by 7:35 only. But still, this little time I'm giving as part of courtesy for the people who are joining it. So I request all of you guys to please join the class on time. Okay, that is a good practice, being punctual. Still from my end, okay, I'm just giving some 10 minutes grace period time. Okay. Okay, all right. So I'll just go ahead and I'll share my screen. Okay. So today we have to see the implementation of the storage account. Right, implementation of the storage account. Yesterday we have discussed the theoretical information about the storage account. Okay, different types of data, different formats, different ways that we can upload it. Now we'll see practical implementation of the storage account, right? So I request all of you to please go to the recordings. Recordings is must, guys. Without recordings it's difficult for you to do the labs. Okay, still the labs what we are doing, the labs what we are doing these days are very simple and straightforward. Okay, I'll tell you the labs what we are doing now, it's very simple and straightforward. But for the upcoming classes the labs are very tough. Okay, the labs what we are doing these days is very simple. Okay, but for the upcoming classes, okay, for the upcoming classes the labs are very dry. Okay, very tough. Okay, so recordings helps you to do the labs. It's difficult, we cannot remember each and every step. We cannot remember each and every steps, I know that very well. Okay, so please refer the labs always to do refer the recordings always to do your labs. Fine. So I'll go ahead and I'll create a storage account now. Okay, very simple. Go here and say here storage account. Storage account. See, we got the storage accounts here. Click on it and then click on create to create a new storage account. But I think I have to create a resource group first. There is no resource group. So I'll just go to home and I'll create a resource group first here. Okay. Let me create a resource group. I'll just say here Naresh RG, resource group name, create. Resource group got created in cloud. Then come here, take a refresh. Okay, Naresh RG, storage account name. Okay, pass the storage account name here. Okay, any name you can pass. I'm just passing the name as my SA 1951 for your storage account. Okay, any name you can pass. You can pass as Naresh storage account 1951. Why I'm saying that one? Why I'm giving some unique number here? Okay, see, Naresh SA storage account, Naresh storage account. See here, the problem is the storage account name Naresh SA is already taken. It is saying that storage account name is already taken. That's why I'm giving some unique number here, 1952, so that it won't throw any error to me. This is a unique name, something different. That's why I'm giving some number here like this. And in this entire name you cannot give anything in uppercase. See, if you give n in uppercase it will throw an error. See, it is throwing an error. The field can contain only lowercase letters and numbers. Name must be between 3 and 24 characters. So that's why I'm giving here all in small. Okay, Naresh, storage account. SA stands for storage account and 1951. Any number, unique name you have to give. Region, I'm just going with East US. You can pick up any region wherever you want to create this storage account. It's just a matter of clicking with a mouse. You can click any region. I'm just going with East US region. Now, performance standard and premium. This is of two types. This is of a two types that you are having when you are creating your storage account. So see here, guys, when you are picking standard here, when you are picking standard, then here you are going to get all the 4 storage services that what we have discussed yesterday. Okay, when you are picking standard, when you are saying standard here like this, then here you are going to get all the 4 storage services. And when you are picking here premium, when you are picking here premium, okay, then here you have to exclusively choose which storage service you want in your storage account. SA stands for storage account. Remember this for future. SA stands for storage account. So see here, when you are saying premium, then it is asking you to pick what you want. Okay, block, file share, or page block. Storage account is broadly offering us 4 types of different storage services. See here, storage account is broadly offering us 4 different types of storage services. And what is that? That first is container storage service, container or blob, one of the same thing. Some people will call it as container storage service, some people will call it as blob storage service. Next storage service we are going to get in storage account is file share storage service. Third we are going to get is what? Table storage service. Fourth we are going to get is what? Queue storage service. This I have told yesterday in yesterday's class. Correct or not, guys? Correct? This I have told in yesterday's class now. Now, in this container or blob storage service, we are having again 3 more storage services. In this container or blob storage service, we are having again 3 more storage services. What is that? That is page blob, append blob, and block blob. Okay, so when you are choosing as standard, this one, when you're choosing as standard, okay, then you are getting all these things, all general type of storage account. Standard means. Premium means when you're choosing premium here, then here you have to choose exclusively what you want, block, file share, or page block. This one, you want block, file share, or page block when you're choosing premium here. Very, very, very important for interviews point of view. They will ask, what are the different types of storage accounts that you have worked upon? People will get confused. Storage account itself is one type. Storage account is just one service. No, different types of storage account means they are addressing here the standard and premium. You have to say the different types of storage accounts that we have worked is on standard and premium. In standard, we will get all different types of storage services in the storage account. And in premium, we have to choose exclusively which we want as per our project requirement. Okay, fine. So I'm just saying here standard. I'll just go with standard here. Okay, I'll say here next advanced. Next click on advanced here. Okay. Yes, in premium you won't have an option for table and queue. Okay, In premium, you are having option only for three: page, blob, and file share and blob. You're not having table and queue in the premium, but in standard you will get these two also. All you will get in standard. Whatever you are seeing here, only that much you can pick it up. See, you are finding only these three. Okay, I'm just going with standard here. Next thing I'll just show this redundancy, guys. See, in redundancy, we're having multiple options: GRS, LRS, GRS, LRS, ZRS, and GZRS. So when you're choosing LRS, for an example, what it is doing, LRS means locally redundant storage. Whatever the storage content like files, images, videos you are going to put in your storage account in this Naresh SA 1951 storage account, it will put all that images in East US region in locally redundant storage means whichever region you are creating your storage account, in that region only it will maintain 3 copies of your data. It will maintain 3 copies of your data. If you are saying here LRS, okay. In that same, suppose for an example, if you are choosing here UK South region, then it will maintain 3 copies of UK South in UK South region. It will maintain 3 copies in UK South region. Okay, whatever the region you are choosing, in that region it will maintain 3 copies. Basically, that is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, I'll just go with East US. Next, we are having GRS. GRS means what? Geo redundant storage. Here also it will maintain 3 copies of your data. 1 copy is in East US, 1 copy in West US, 1 copy in Central US. Different regions. It could be any regions. That is Microsoft Azure's choice. Whichever region you want, they can put it. In case of any disaster, any problem comes in, then they are going to provide you your data safely without any hassle. For that reason only we are paying money for them. Correct now? For that reason only we are paying money for them. If you are taking here GRS. Okay. GRS, geo redundant storage, means your data copy is replicated in different regions. That's why it is saying as geo. Next, zone redundant storage. What is this one? Here also 3 copies. Everywhere it will maintain 3 copies. Either it's LRS, GRS, ZRS, RAGRS, whatever it is. But here in ZRS, okay, in ZRS, what is happening here is, in ZRS, it will maintain the 3 copies, but it could be in the same region or it could be in different regions. Means 1 copy in West US and 2 copies in East US. Something like this, it will maintain. And if you go to RAGRS, then you are having, sorry, GZRS, Geo Zone Redundant Storage, which is, I believe, combination of GRS and ZRS. Yes, see, optimal data protection solution that includes the offering of both GRS and ZRS, recommended for critical data scenarios. Okay, combination of both GRS and ZRS, whichever you want, you can pick it up, guys. Mostly we'll take GRS only. Most of the times we'll take GRS because GRS is the one where if the entire East US data center complete gets collapsed, still you not need to bother. Azure is having a copy of your data in different regions. Okay, next say here advanced. In advanced, what it is here, see, requires secure transfer for REST API operations. Okay, if you are doing any operations for your REST APIs, like any softwares, okay, or any APIs that you are developing, not you, Azure developers will do that, and then that APIs is going to communicate to your data, fetch your data. You want that to be secured, then check this checkbox. Allow enabling public access on containers. Okay, containers means not Docker containers. Okay, in storage accounts, in storage services, containers is nothing but a folder. That's it, simple. How we are having folders here? See, here I am having multiple folders now. Folder, like this. Containers in storage account means a folder only, not Docker containers. That is a different concept. Okay, Docker image, Docker container instance, Docker container registry, that is different. Here, Containers means a folder in storage accounts. Next, yes, let it be. I want to set it as public access. Enable storage account key access. Every storage account is having a key. Every storage account is having a unique key, and that storage account is having a key, and with that key we can manage our storage account content. We can share that key with whichever person we want to share our storage account content, and in that key we are having lot of things to do. We can control the access, we can limit the security, we can do many things here. That is what I'm saying here. Enable storage account key access. Yes, let it be. Default to Azure Active Directory authorization in the Azure portal. Suppose you are having some 10-15 members. If you want to know who should access, let us say we are having Amit, we are having Anil, we are having Apurva, we are having Devendra, Dilip, Harish, and all. Then here I'll say who should access what, at what level they should access, read access, contributor access. This all we can do in Azure Active Directory. That is what it is saying here. If you want, you can select that one. Then it will ask you to set up the things for the Azure Active Directory also. Next, it is a TLS version. Okay, certificate it is asking to attach. Automatically it has taken version 1.2 for our certificate, for our storage account to attach the certificate. This is fine. Okay, next what it is saying, permitted scope for copy operations PU. Okay, so if you want to copy the data from one storage account to another storage account, or from your local laptop to your storage account, you want to upload the data, kind of. See, from any storage account, from storage account in the same Azure AD tenant. Okay, Azure Active Directory is having multiple tenants. Okay, if you are, want to copy the data which is in different tenant to this tenant, then you can choose this option. From storage account that have a private endpoint to the same virtual network, kind of multiple options I'm saying here. From any storage account, we can do these operations. That is what I'm saying here. Now, if you're having plans to store the data which belongs to big data analytics, Hadoop, okay, big data files, which is having the data in a huge volume. Okay, you're having some files there of 2 TB, 4 TB, 5 TB also. If you're having plans as such, you want to upload that much high volume of data in your storage account, in your cloud storage services, yes, that is accepted. But for that, you have to enable these options, enable hierarchy, namespace kind of stuff. But see, it is disabled for us, SFTP and all these things, it is disabled because ours is free trial account. In free trial account, it is not giving all these features enabled. But yes, if you want, you can do it so. Next is what? Access tier. Access tier is what? Cross-tenant replication. Cross-tenant replication means in one subscription, you can have multiple tenants, guys. This is concept of Azure Active Directory, tenant and all. Okay, for every tenant, you can have a separate billing. That is altogether a different concept. The point here it's trying to say is a cross-tenant replication, means copying the data that is in one tenant. Okay, your storage account is one tenant, and another tenant is that your different storage account is in different tenant. Then replication is possible. If you want it, then you can check this checkbox here, something like this. Multiple settings that you can do at the time of storage account deployment. When access tier, this is hot and cool. What is this one? Hot means the data which is very frequently accessed. Suppose now in this storage account, Naresh SA, you are going to upload some multiple files. Okay, and that files are video files. Then obviously that video files are going to accessed very frequently. Many people are accessing, daily 5 to 6 requests are coming to access that video files. Suppose for an example, web series, when a new web series will launch, when a new web series will get released, okay, many people will access, okay, many people will try to request for that web series videos. Initial 15-20 days, it will be in very high demand. So that you can keep it as hot. And the data which is infrequently accessed means, once in a week, or 2 times in 1 month, or 3 times in 1 month, means rarely accessed. That kind of data, you can put it as cool. I'm just going with hot here. Next, networking. Next is what? Networking. How you want? See, you want the storage account content to be accessible by public network. Okay, enable public access from all networks. Means what? Anyone can access your storage account content. Suppose you are working in a project called bookmyshow.com. Bookmyshow.com is what? It's a website. Correct now. Bookmyshow.com is a website. I believe many of youngsters like us will book our movie tickets using bookmyshow.com. So, is there anything here to hide? Any kind of content data? No, nothing. You can show here all movies. Okay, like it could be Hindi, English, Telugu, Marathi, etc., whatever it is, all you are going to show. Then musical concerts, okay, live performances, correct na? And what is that? I can say events. You're having events also. You can book the events tickets, like New Year party, Holi party, this party, that party, etc. You can book the tickets. In Book My Show, you can book the tickets for all these different categories. Correct or not? So is there anything here to hide for you? Nothing. Security is not required. Whatever it is that you can show it to in your Book My Show website. So for such projects, when you're working, you will choose this option. When you need partial security, okay, see, enable public access from selected virtual networks and IP addresses. Partial security, then you can use this option, and you have to design your own virtual network here. Create a virtual network and you have to design your own virtual network here. I'll show how to design a virtual network in the upcoming classes, guys. Okay, in virtual networking module, I'll cover it up, no problem. So here you can choose the virtual network, and when the people are requesting for your storage account from this virtual network, from this IP ranges, then only they will get the access to see your storage account content like videos and all, else no. The other option we are having is what? Disable public access and use private access, completely confidential, private endpoints. Okay. So here, whichever you want, you can choose it. I'm just going here as of now with the public access from all networks. Okay, next, routing preferences. I'm just leaving it to Microsoft Network Routing. This is a default one, which determines how to route your traffic as it travels from the source to its Azure endpoint. And the network routing is recommended for most customers. That's true, because the network traffic will be coming in, right? People requesting for your video files, okay, from India, from Hyderabad, from Pune, from Mumbai, from Kolkata, from Chennai, no limit. Anywhere, from any place, people can request it. So the network routing can be managed by Microsoft. That is what I'm saying here. Let it be managed by Microsoft Network Routing only. Next, data protection. What is this data protection now? See, let us assume that here you have uploaded in your storage account some 50 files. Some 50 files you have uploaded. Okay. Now, in these 50 files, when you have uploaded, it will charge you based on the volume that you are uploading, data volume. How Azure is charging you? Azure charge you based upon the data volume, that what you are uploading. Okay, 50 files, let us take, it will charge you some 10,000. Just as an example I'm taking. If you make it as to 100 files, then it will charge you 20,000. Like this, it depends. Yes, that's true now. Microsoft has invested millions of dollars to develop this technology, to launch this technology. Then they are expecting an amount, a price from you only. Correct now? You will build an apartment. You work for your whole life. Okay, 45, 50 years, you done the saving and you have purchased one big apartment. Why you are purchasing the apartment? You are investing some 2 crores, 3 crore rupees, and you are investing on an apartment.
So what is your intention there? You purchase and you will give it to rent so that you can generate the money from it. In the same way, Azure has also developed this technology and it is now charging you the amount. Whatever the volume of data you're uploading, accordingly your charges it will be. Assume that out of these 100 files, you thought that some 20 files are no more needed, you have deleted. Out of this 100, 20 you have deleted, now you are left with 80 files. To save the money, maybe if for 80 files, it will be charging you something 16,000. Okay. Now, after some time, you have realized that that 20 files are also important. After some time means after some 2 days, after 10 days, after 15 days, you realize that 20 files were also important only. You have realized that this is also important only. Then in that case, this data protection feature will help you. Data protection. It will protect your data. So see here, enable point in time restore for containers. What I have told, containers is nothing but a folder. And in one folder, how we are putting all the files. See, if I say here Azure DevOps, in this Azure DevOps folder, I'm putting all the files. Okay. And Azure certifications, I'm putting all the certifications like this. Here also, in a container, we are keeping all the files. Either it could be a blob container, this container, whatever it is. Enable point in time restore for containers. How much time you want? Maximum it is giving you here for point in time restore. Maximum 6 days. I'll say here 5. Okay. Use point in time restore to restore one or more containers to an earlier state. To an earlier state. Okay, means what? The complete folder itself only you have deleted. If point in time restore is enabled, then versioning, change feed, and blobs of delete must also be enabled. Okay, I'll just tell what is this. Versioning, change feed, and all. This is what enables soft delete for blobs. See, I'll just put it here. Container is nothing but a folder. Simple terms I'm saying. Container is nothing but a folder in storage services. And blob is nothing but a file. It could be any file, guys. It could be any file. It could be a text file, txt, notepad. It could be an Excel file. Okay. It could be a Word file. Okay. MS Word file. It could be a presentation, PowerPoint. Okay. Presentation. PowerPoint, I can say rather. PowerPoint. Okay, etc. Everything Azure will read it as blob only. Everything Azure will read it as blob only. Though the file types are different for us, but Azure will read everything as blob only. That is what it is saying here. Okay, soft delete for blobs. Okay, suppose if you are passing here days to retain, passing here 90. Okay, if you have deleted a file, some 20 files you have deleted, and if you have realized that after 30 days that files were important, you can get it back, because Azure is going to keep that files after you have deleted it also in its cloud storage up to 90 days. Not a joke. Okay, again here also the magic of money only. If you say here 30 days, it will charge you, let us take 5,000. If you say here 60 days, it will charge you 10,000. If you say here 90 days, it will charge you 15,000. Like this, the number of days you are increasing, it will increase your amount also. Number of volume of data you are uploading, you are keeping in your storage in cloud, it will increase the charges for you. Okay, this is for blobs. Enable soft delete for containers. If you have deleted the container itself only, you can say here any number of days you want, and maximum it will support 1 year. See, 365 days. Maximum you can put up to 365 days. I'm just saying here 93 months. And for file share, File share is also one type of storage services now. See, blob container storage service is one type, and file share storage service is also one type. Now it is saying for file share also. See, file share. I'll just say here for 90 as well. This is done. Now tracking. Enable versioning for blobs. Normally what happens, guys, when the files are coming in to get stored, to get feed, to get dumped in your storage account, then files sometimes will come with same name but with different version. Yes, that's possible. That will happen. So if you're saying here enable versioning for blobs, use versions to automatically maintain previous versions of your blobs. Blobs is nothing but a file. I have told here very clearly. See, blob is nothing but a file. It could be of any format. Azure will read it as file only. This one. See, blob is nothing but this file. So yes, sometimes it do happen that files will come with same name but with concatenated data. Means initially file came with 5 rows. Again, same file will come with different version with 10 rows. Means 5 rows were there initially. Again, 5 more rows has been added. 10 rows. One more time the file will come after 2 hours from the production unit. Okay, and this time the file is having 50 rows. Means what? 40 rows got increased, but the file name is same. Only the versions will get changed. Okay, something like this. Enable blob change field. Keep track of creation, modification, deletion changes to blobs in your account. Keep all logs. Means, which file came. Okay, when that file came, when that file got modified, when that file got loaded to your storage account, and when that file got deleted, if you have deleted by any chance. Okay, all the details. So I'm saying here keep all logs. Keep all logs. Next, say here encryption. Encryption is what? Security. Encryption is what? Security. So encryption type you are having Microsoft managed keys and customer managed keys. Two you are having. So Microsoft managed keys means Microsoft will take care of the encryption. Encryption means what, guys? Giving a secured layer. Giving a secured layer to your storage account content, whatever the files, videos, images that you are uploading, so that no one can reach, no one can leak, no one can hack it. No one can hack it easily. Okay, if you're saying Microsoft managed keys, Microsoft will provide the encryption that is 100% secure. You can trust it. And if you want, you can do customer managed keys also. Customer managed keys also you can do it. It's purely your choice, whichever you want. And what you want this encryption only for blobs and files, or you want for all storage services, files, tables, and queues. You can choose either this one, you can choose either this one, your choice. If you're seeing this one, if you're choosing this one, then encryption security layer will be provided for all your storage services. Okay, blobs, files, tables, and queue. The 4 we are having on a very broad way. If you see 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'm just saying for all. Next, click on tags here. Okay, pass on the tags accordingly as per your project standards. Tags is the common parameters, guys, that we are seeing. Whatever we are deploying in Azure, we are seeing the tags here. Tags is the common parameter. Pass the tags here. If you don't pass it also, it won't throw you any error. Then say here review. What it is doing now, it is validating all the inputs what you have passed. It has validated. Everything is correct. That's why it has enabled the create button for you. Click on create. Once you click on create, now what it is going to do, it is going to create a storage account for you with a name called Naresh SA 1951. Okay, now the storage account deployment got started. We'll wait for some time for it. Let it get finished. Okay. Okay, the storage account deployment is in progress, guys. We'll wait for some time for it. Okay, good. The storage account deployment is completed. If you say here, go to resource, then it will directly take you to the storage account. See, Naresh SA 1951. Okay, or else go to home, click on storage accounts, and here you will see Naresh SA 1951. Click on it, then it will take you to the storage account. And remember, guys, your storage account got deployed, your storage account, okay, created, and you are seeing all the four storage services: container storage service, file share storage service, queue storage service, and table storage service. Correct? The four storage services: container or blob storage service, file share, table, and queue. See, the same four thing it is showing it here. Either you can see here, or else you come to click on overview and see container or blob, same. Container or blob, same. Blob service, file share service, queue service, and storage service. Either you can click it here also, or you can click it here also. Wherever you want, you can click it, your choice. Now, what you are seeing here, you are seeing all the four storage services. Now, see, container, file share, queue, and table. All the four storage services, you are seeing it here. Correct or not, guys? Why you are seeing all the four? Because you have selected here performance as standard. Performance as a standard. Okay. Now, if I go here and if I create a storage account, one more storage account, I'll just take it as Naresh SA. Naresh SA 1957. Okay, I'm just giving some unique name. I'll take this time premium. I'll take this time premium. Now, when you're choosing premium, it is asking you exclusively choose which storage services you want: blob, file share, or page blob. Okay, I'll say here blob, or I'll say here file share. I'll say here page blob. Whatever I want, you can choose it. Okay, I'm just going with GRS. Okay, see, GRS is not there. For a premium, we are having only LRS and ZRS. I'll take ZRS is much better option. Rest all these values I'm leaving to default. Rest all these values I'm leaving to default because I have explained all these values in detail just now. I'm leaving it to default and I'll say a review. Okay. Now it is doing the validation of my storage account and then I'll click on create now. Okay. Now I'm deploying a new storage account with a name called Naresh SA 1957 and this one is 1951. 1951 and this is 1957. Deployment got failed. Why? Try additional details from the underlying API that might be helpful. Acha. Separate location East US is not valid. Okay, it is saying that East US location is not having the space. Okay, this is the problem which will come only for free trial accounts. If you are paying money for it now, then you won't get this kind of issues. Okay. Physically, you cannot check Dilip. You can upload the files and then you can see it. It's completely virtual, na? Cloud is completely virtually available for you, not physically. Physically means going and touching. Okay. Physically means going, touching, feeling. That is called physical. Okay. So it's virtually available for you that I'll show in tomorrow's class. Okay. After you upload, how it's virtually available for you. Anyhow, guys, what I'll do, I'll just create a storage account here on a different location. Okay. I'll say here Naresh SA 1957. Instead of East US, I'll take here now East US 2 somewhere. I'm taking premium. I'm taking page block. That is fine. I'll just take here ZRS or I'll take LRS. Review plus create. I'm just going for the validations now. Validations will get passed. Then click on create to create a storage account. Let us see this time whether the storage account will get deployed or not because I've changed the location this time. Okay, I've changed the location to East US 2, not East US. Okay. Good. Storage account got deployed. Now see the difference here. In this storage account 1951, you are seeing all the 4 storage services: blob, file, queue, table. Whereas in 1957, you are seeing only blob. Only blob. Why? Because you have selected the performance as premium here. See? Performance as premium. Here you have selected the performance as a standard. Getting, guys? Is that clear? This is the main difference that I want to show. Different types of storage accounts. Fine. So I'll just stop the class here, guys. And tomorrow I'll show you how we can implement. And if you notice here one thing, as I have told yesterday, I'm not sure how many of you have remembered this or not. If you notice here one thing, what is that thing, Your storage account deployment is completed. Storage account deployment is completed, but still your storage account is not ready to use. Okay, again inside this storage account, okay, you have to implement the different storage services accordingly as per your requirement. That is what you can implement, container or blob storage service separately. Again, you have to implement this inside the storage account. This is just a storage bucket got created. This is a storage bucket got created with performance as standard. This is also a storage bucket got created with performance as premium. Inside this, again, you have to implement separately. That is what I'm saying here. Again, inside this storage account, you have to implement the different storage services accordingly as per your requirement. What you want to implement? Container you want to use, then you have to implement it separately. File share you want to use, then you have to implement file share storage services separately. Table you want to use, you have to implement it separately. Queue you want to use, then again queue storage services, you have to implement it separately. It's not something like a virtual machine. Virtual machine, once it is deployed, then it is ready to use in every manner. But storage account is not the case. Here, just the storage bucket, got developed for you or deployed for you. Again, inside this storage bucket, you can choose whichever you want as per your choice. Okay, is that clear, guys? And this I'll show what we can implement inside it in tomorrow's class. No, Tenali, no linked at all. Availability zone is for virtual machines, and redundancy storage options is for storage account. Don't mix these two options, these two concepts. Okay. Most performance used is that GRS, geo redundant storage will use. I have told that at the time of storage account deployment. Most of the time we'll use GRS because your storage content will be replicated in different regions. If one data center in the entire region gets collapsed, but still your data is safe with Microsoft in some other region. Okay, Yogendra, where can I get Azure 900 dumps? Would you give me or Naresh IT? Check with Naresh IT. Yogendra, check with Naresh IT for 900 dumps. If they are not providing it, then let me know. I'll provide it, not a problem. Okay, fine. All right, guys, then I'll just close the class for today. Okay, we'll connect it again tomorrow, and then we'll continue the implementation of different storage services. Acha, performance you are asking, standard will go for. Most of the time we'll go standard because standard is giving all the storage services, page blob, append blob, file share storage service and all. Standard will go most of the times. Premium also, it depends, but very rarely will go for premium. Okay, but interviews they will ask. That's why I'm teaching both. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions from anyone? Is all good? Thank you, Dilip. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So I'll just close the class for today. Tomorrow we are going to see the implementations of this container of blob storage service, implementation of file share storage service, okay, implementation of queue storage service, and all these fields in tomorrow's class, okay, tomorrow and day after. Fine. All right, guys, then. Bye, everyone. Good day. Take care, all. Bye.